My name's Alina Carter. I used to be the golden kid, straight A's, art club president, early acceptance into a top college.
Now?
I'm that girl who got expelled for something she didn't do. But if you ask him, he'll probably tell you I deserved it. And the worst part is, maybe I did. It started with a secret. Well, technically, it started with him, Rowan Blake. He was charming in that quiet, tortured artist kind of way. Always in the back of the room, sketching in his notebook. Always alone. We partnered for a psychology project, and something just clicked. I wasn't used to someone like Rowan paying attention to me. He didn't just hear what I said, he understood it. Like he saw through all my perfection and pressure, and liked the mess underneath. So I told him things. Stuff I never said out loud. About my panic attacks. About the night my mom left and never came back. About how sometimes I felt like I was just pretending to be this perfect person everyone expected. Rowan just listened. Never judged. And then one night, he kissed me. We started spending every afternoon together after school. Sometimes working on the project. Sometimes just talking. Lying on his bedroom floor. Staring at the ceiling. Pretending the world wasn't as hard as it really was. But then, a week before the project was due, something changed. He started acting weird. Jumpy. Distracted. One night, I found him shredding something in his trash. I didn't ask. I trusted him. I should have asked. 2 days later, everything exploded. I got called into the principal's office during second period. Sitting there was Mr. Lang, the school counselor. He looked disappointed. The principal looked furious. They handed me a printed email. It was sent from my school account, addressed to several teachers. Attached was a PDF containing plagiarized essays, test answer keys, and screenshots implying I'd been selling them. I laughed, out loud, because it was so absurd. But they didn't laugh. They said they'd already begun an investigation. My locker had been searched, my laptop confiscated. The evidence? Overwhelming. I swore it wasn't me. I begged them to check the IP address. They said they had, that it had come from my home Wi-Fi. I was suspended immediately, pending expulsion. The school board met 2 days later. Rowan didn't show up to speak for me. I called him, texted, nothing. I was expelled. I spent the next week curled up on my bedroom floor, the acceptance email from Silvergate University blinking like a cruel joke in my inbox. Then, I got a message. From a burner account. It was a video. Low quality.
Shaky.
But clear enough. Rowan, sitting in front of his laptop. Opening my Google Drive. Copying documents. Sending an email. My name in the recipient field. He knew my passwords. He had access. He framed me. I showed it to my parents. They didn't want to believe it. I showed it to the school board. Too little, too late.
But me?
I snapped. I marched straight to Rowan's house. He opened the door like nothing was wrong.
I didn't even ask.
I just screamed. Why? His expression didn't change. He just said, "You were always going to leave. You were going to go to Silvergate. Forget this town. Forget me." I stared at him, my mouth open. I couldn't believe it. This wasn't about some prank. This was about control. "You ruined my life," I said. He tilted his head like I was missing the point. "No," he said. "I made you real." I left. But I wasn't done. Rowan wanted to erase me. So I started leaving my own trail. I sent the video to Silvergate. I told them everything. And for once, someone believed me. They reinstated my acceptance. Conditional. Probationary. But I was in. I moved away that fall. Started over. Changed everything, hair, clothes, even how I spoke. I was not going to be that girl anymore. But trauma doesn't pack itself neatly.
Rowan haunted me.
And then he showed up. I was walking out of the library when I saw him across the quad. At first I thought it was just someone who looked like him. But then he turned, smiled. Same dark hoodie. Same notebook in hand. I froze. I changed dorms the next day. The campus security brushed it off. Said maybe I imagined it. But the next morning taped to my door was a note. No signature. No handwriting. Just 5 words. Perfect doesn't mean safe. Remember? I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I found another note. Inside my locker at the gym. I hadn't told anyone my new locker combination. The note read, "You still talk in your sleep." I installed cameras. Told my RA, reported it again. They moved me to temporary housing. That night, a note appeared under the door. "You can run." I like that. I started seeing him everywhere. At the coffee shop, at the edge of the dining hall, reflected in windows just a second too long. One night I dreamt I was back in Rowan's room, his hand on my cheek, his voice whispering, "You belong to me now. Everyone else just got the fake version of you." I started writing everything down, dates, sightings, notes. And something strange happened. The more I documented him, the more control I felt. Because if I could prove I wasn't crazy, then maybe he couldn't erase me again. It's been 3 months since I've seen him now. No new notes, no sightings, no whispers. But I don't feel safe. Because people like Rowan, they don't want to be seen. They want to become your shadow. So I keep everything now. Every email, every printout, every whisper of a warning. Because if he ever comes back, I want him to know. This time, I'm watching him. If this story had you looking over your shoulder, hit that like button. And if you don't want to miss what happens next, make sure you subscribe to Twistified. Because sometimes the truth hides in the twist.